Do you fear the world you call home? Most species remember a time when things were not so grim, when hamlets and kingdoms dotted the landscape, when people thrived from the gifts of the Archroot, when rain was welcome. Then the waves came. As a rumble permeated the trunk of the Archroot, inexplicable water tore the tree in twain, scouring the ground for anywhere to rest. And it found us. The waves crashed into castles and uprooted them from the ground in an instant. They ripped lives and families apart, some crushed by the immense pressure of the sudden stream, while others would come to starve, as food stores and vegetation were annihilated. Yes, some managed to survive the overwhelming odds, but could one really call that a life? On the opposite end of the world, 5 rulers heard of the impending sea and rose to challenge the mighty flood. The first of these was Erstein, with his horde of beasts, from which a long line of food would be developed to sustain survivors. Captain Algernon of the Royal Navy of Bodlin commanded his men to craft the largest, sturdiest ships they could in the time that they had before the water would arrive. Mork the Massive kept her watchful eye over the horizon, ready to signal at the slightest movement of water. Most benevolent of Danes, Polinx, orders for his many subjects about the plains to prepare for the waves and make sure all were accounted for. And Renantha, with her magic prowess, worked with the most powerful sorcerers to build a barrier that would hold back the waves as long as possible. It took nary 6 days for the water to reach the other side of the world. Water struck Renantha's barrier with the full impact of a typhoon, not mitigated at all by the long journey it had made. She held it at bay for just 17 hours. No one knows the full story of what came for the denizens of the South next. Legends spread, but each word from one mouth is quickly silenced by ideas from the next. Some claim the survivors are out there, roaming the high seas till the end of their days, dry and cared for. Others are much less optimistic in their claims, saying they themselves have seen the bodies of the southern peoples wash up next to the ramshackle rafts that citizens of this world call home. In the 14 years since the catastrophe, only those who braved the torrent to find home aboard the planks have continued to live their false lives, fishing for sustenance, raiding distant rafts for meager supplies to take home, or otherwise drowning themselves in desperation. Water no longer pours from the Archroot, except in a thin waterfall. The world is drowned, and the ocean's deep, the power of all species torn asunder by the quake of water, and no hope remains for those who toil away at the scraps of survival. But perhaps the scraps of hope are all one really needs. To this day, fools in search of answers, glory, riches, and salvation search out the Archroot, the last bastion of unwatered territory that remains. No such promises have been found, but maybe that's what hope does to someone. I ask you again, as you approach the trunk of Elida, in your hopeless search for something more than nothing. Do you fear it? This world submerged in blackest ocean, this hope that drives even the wisest of men mad, the notion that no survivors have claimed the success you seek, the tree that holds nothing known to the remainders of mankind, but aberrant secrets that Elida himself dare not utter. Do you fear the world you call home? Because you should.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so we got to begin by moving y'all over here.
Wow.
All right, so this is the world we find ourselves on, formerly known as Moonweight, now known as Moondrop because of all the water.
I think it is Moon Gush.
It's not Moon Gush.
Moon, this isn't a beach.
Man, how am I going to fit a beach episode into this campaign? Okay, so there are a couple rafts strewn about the world. You can see smaller ones like this one are more common around. This is by far the largest one over here. This is Flotsam. It is kind of a bunch of miscellaneous rafts all tied together with like rope and string and rocks and that sort of thing. This over here has been charted by sailors to be the very topmost towers of that kingdom that I talked about in that intro. The towers still stick up above the waves because they were that tall, but underneath there, the rest of the kingdom has been flooded. It is a very desolate world, as one might imagine, since everything is covered in water. The main source of sustenance is fish, and because of all the water, the fish of Moondrop have evolved quite rapidly in the past 14 years. People either, do their best to live day to day, just going about their daily business, trying to scrape together meager supplies, meager food, whatever they can find, or more, active types tend to be pirates or raiders who will go from raft to raft trying to steal supplies or take down ships that they find around the world. Maybe some people get their bonuses from being surveyors, trying to chart a new course around the world, see what they can find, see who is left. But a lot of this, even though it's been 14 years, is still in a lot of mystery. But most of you, from your backstories, are ending up here in Flotsam, because Flotsam is a very special city. It is the only city with a form of government left in the world, and when I say that, it is a very weak government. It does not do a lot to help its citizens, because, what really can it do? But it is an organized group of people, and they do have protection. They do have a very small organized army, fight off raiders and that sort of thing. And the reason Flotsam is so important is because at the very top you have these docks here, which is the only place that the gold boat comes from. The gold boat, as the name might suggest, is a boat made of, say it with me, gold.
Gold.
That somehow floats along the surface of the ocean. And it is not made by the people of Moondrop. It came originally from the tree. And it has the one sole captain that no one has ever seen before. And he just makes one trip down to the docks and one trip back to the dock once a month. That is the only trip that this boat makes. And that is the only way that people can get to the tree, because somehow this boat knows the way to get up the tall trunk. So, you guys, all for various reasons, are ending up on Flotsam looking for a way to get to the tree, because that might be your only chance of hope for whatever you're looking for. Some of you are looking for lost family members. Some of you are looking for answers about the flood. Some of you don't even belong in this world, and you're looking for how to get back. So we are just going to hop right into things, moving down into Flotsam. And we are going to change the song.
I just realized that I have to type all of this backstory up for Colin, and I don't want to do that.
You can summarize.
All right. I'm gonna have to. This is too much to type.
All right. So we are now in the I was gonna say river town of Flotsam, more like ocean town of Flotsam, and we cut over to a little stall on the northern part of the city. Unlike the northern-ish part of the city, there's a little stall here with a craftsman hard at work. He is just cobbling some stuff together. He is, you could say, of the upper classes of this town, just because people need him for a lot of things. He helps them repair their equipment. He helps them fix their fishing rods. He helps create new things that can get the town thriving. And he seems to have a lot of experience that other people in this world do not, for one reason or another. Samuel, would you care to tell us about Samuel?
Sure, I'd love to tell you about Sam. So, what would be the ideal place to start? I guess we'll cut into where I'm at currently. So, I want to say the name of the town, right? Flotsam?
Flotsam, yep.
Okay. In one corner of Flotsam, you find that there is a region essentially that's just for trash to be thrown out, or scrap. Next to it, there is a small little hut, and inside that hut, you find me just kind of tinkering away at some of the scrap metal and pieces that keep coming back and forth. You'll occasionally see a few people come in, mainly fishermen, that are trying to get some sort of thing repaired so that they can go fish. I basically look like myself, except I have like a bit of scrap metal armor just like around, and have like some old sort of work attire. Between the moments of me repairing other people's items or fulfilling requests, I will spend time reading and trying to understand more about this world, as I am not from here. I was just a normal person getting ready for finals, and something happened. Insert isekai situation, and I find myself plummeting from the sky into a boundless ocean. After landing in it and somehow surviving, I basically get dragged into a floating raft shantytown by a random passerby. He didn't think much of me, but he was kind enough to help me out, so I wanted to repay him in return. He didn't have a place to stay, and my food was real tight, so I quickly had to figure out what I was going to do in the town. And I also quickly found out that most of the people here do not understand modern mechanics, so I just started working on scrap for a living.
Awesome. And sorry, I was gonna be like, and what's Samuel like? Like, what's his personality? Yeah,
that's a good question. What is Sam like?
Kind of a dick, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit of a... Yeah. I formally hold the title, like loosely formally hold the title in the town as a mechanic med, because I act both as a mechanic and a medical like personnel, more so for just emergencies and stuff. But I can do both healing and tinkering. That's my shtick.
That is Samuel's shtick. So you're just having a regular day in Flotsam, maybe putting some stuff together, and
I got fish. I just look at fish depressingly as payment.
You got a lot of fish, yeah. What speaking of fish, what's your main motivation right now, Samuel?
So I have been in this town for about 6 months, and for the beginning months, I've actually genuinely enjoyed it as a break from regular life. I got to tinker and mess around. I very quickly just make enough money to get by. Life's simple, and I can have fun with it. I slowly but surely start to extremely miss the regular world that I live in, because there is only fish here. There is not any wheat, there is not any grains, there is no other meat, it's just fish. We barely even have salt, and it's depressing.
Yeah.
So I want to go back so I can eat something other than fish. And also maybe say hi to my friends. But mostly not fish.
But mostly not fish. Okay. So you're just going about your daily business, and a customer of yours comes up, this little old lady, and you see that she is carrying what looks to be just like a regular stick, maybe like a big stick, but it's like broken in half. And she comes up to you and she's like, "Oh dearie, it's me again."
Annabelle, it's nice to see you again. Oh wait, no, we're in pseudo-Italy. God dang it, it's an Italian name.
Annabella?
Annabella.
Annabella.
It's always good to see you too, dearie. As you see, the stick you fixed for me last week, my cane, it's still not holding up quite as well. I feel like I don't abuse it too heavily, only to, give my sons a good thwacking when they're misbehaving.
I see. That's a perfect use case for it. Here, let me fix it so you can do just that. I look over, and I use just basically like the equivalent of duct tape to put it back together, not realizing she was using it for that. And so I guess I take it to the back, and I say, just give me a couple minutes, and I'll have it out right as rain.
Oh, thank you so much, dearie. How much do I owe you?
It broke from my repair, so don't worry about it.
Oh, no. I couldn't possibly just put you out like that.
Well, anything but fish, really. Just no more fish.
She slaps a shrimp down on the counter.
I'm like, well, that's not fish. Thank you.
All right. So as you're in the back, you're working on this cane. She just strikes up casual conversation with you, and she goes, "Did you hear that today is another day? Sixth time you'll have seen the gold ship since arriving here, is it not?"
Yeah. And then I just kind of paused for a bit thinking, because like the gold ship just kind of like intrigues me, and like this seems like something where the main plot goes, but I'm not sure if I want to go there. So I'm like, yeah, what is the gold ship about? Does anyone have any more story on it than they did like the first time I came here?
Sadly, no, dearie. Anybody who gets on the ship never returns for one reason or another. Some assume they die on the journey, that it's just a trap played by the wicked manifestations of God himself, or if people actually find hope over at the big tree. But we don't know personally.
I'll have to stop by and take a look at it. I feel like I owe it to myself to at least see it.
If anything, it's a very nice sight to behold in these rather gloomy parts. Such bright, marvelous creations sailing aboard the high seas.
Well, if anything else, I'll at least learn how to make it. And as I say that, I just kind of finish up the repair. And this time it's basically like, I don't want to say like splinted together with a nail and like a splint. Mm-hmm. And so I hand it back. I'm like, there, this should be sufficiently strong enough to give your kids a good whacking.
Oh, dearie, ever so great with your craftsmanship as always. You've been a blessing and a joy ever since you've come to this town. And you see she like reaches over and gives you like an old lady like kiss on the cheek. In addition to another shrimp.
Thank you. I really appreciate the kiss on the cheek as tradition. But with the shrimp, I just kind of look at and I'm like, thank you.
Have a blessed day, dearie.
You too.
All right. So ship's not due to come for you check. You make note of the time. You know the ship's not due to come for another couple hours here. You just kind of go about your business until deciding to go down to the dock later on.
All right.
We are going to move over to the bottom side of of Flotsam. See another little dock here. This is where like most like general rafts and traveler ships usually dock at the city. And a little raft pulls up to the side of the dock, and the raft is far too small for the person who is on it. They are a rather large fellow, and they don't seem to have any care in the world about how small the raft is compared to them. They're just seem a little bit relieved to finally be on, quote unquote, dry land. As they step off, it kind of takes them a second to take in the world around them because they've just been sailing for so long. Willow, can you please introduce your character for us?
Okay. So, this is a Firbolg. He is extremely disheveled and a little bit nauseous and seasick, so he's very happy, like Colin said, to be on land. He looks around and is kind of in a bit of a panic at all the new things, but again, he's just happy he's out of the water. He's over 8 feet tall, but you wouldn't really know it by how he kind of hunches over and tries to make himself small. And yeah. I don't know what else I should add.
So your character, this Firbolg, gets off the dock, and they're just kind of wandering around town. What sort of things are you looking for right as you get to Flotsam?
Food.
Okay.
He's looking for something to eat.
All right. So something about this dock is that it is purposefully connected to the southern part of Flotsam, this like lower half that you see on the map. And this is kind of what you would refer to as like a ghetto. It is pretty rundown, dilapidated, even by this world's standards. And not so great types are kind of running around. There are still shops here and there. It's not like, totally inhospitable, totally cruel or anything. But this is most people's immediate introduction to Flotsam. So as you're looking around, you find a couple of shops, and you notice that one has like just some fish hanging up on the walls, like on those like little meat hooks that are scrounged together from wood shavings and whatnot. Go ahead and make a perception roll for me.
Okay.
First roll of the campaign.
Yeah. With a 17, even from like, you're not even at the shop yet and you can see the fish. They are not fresh by any means. Like they have been up there in the hot sun for a while. But kind of looking at the crowd gathering around the different stalls and whatnot, this is what's high end. These kind of stinky, somewhat rotten fish are kind of the best quality that you get in these parts.
I wouldn't say stinky, more so sun baked. You gotta sell it right.
Yeah, sure. Sun baked. So that's the shop you see with food nearby.
Is there a fishy aroma?
There is a fishy. Oh, there. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I'll say with a 17 that these fish do stick out, but just kind of in general, you live in an ocean. Your world is an ocean. It's kind of fishy everywhere.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So even though the fish look a little sketch, he is entranced by the intense fishy aroma. So he goes over to the stall and he just tries to grab one of the hanging fish.
Oi, muchacho, what are you doing with that fish? That does not belong to you.
I would like... Oh, sorry. I would like it to belong to me.
Well, what then you have to pay for it.
Do I have to?
That's kind of how these things work, yes.
Do I? I don't have any money.
Then I don't have any fish.
But there's fish right here.
No, they're not.
So he's kind of just looking in amazement and wondering if his own perception is lying to him. Maybe the fish really aren't there.
All right,
So
listen. You can tell, like even your perception check carries over. You can tell, even though you're let's say just bluntly, you're not the brightest person in this town. It's full of sneaks and crooks and people who are always looking to get the upper hand. But you can tell this guy has genuine pity for you, just from like his meager interaction. And so he's like, "Oh, okay. Listen, how these things normally work is that you provide me with one thing, and I provide you with the thing that you want. So do you have anything?"
I do. So he pulls out a crowbar from his bag. How is this in exchange for a fish?
You see, he rips all of like the largest fish off the wall and just hands them to you. He's like, take, they are yours. And he just takes the crowbar and slams his stall shut.
Wow. I like this city.
Because you just gave him metal in a world where metal is a huge rarity.
Great. No more crowbar.
I thought he was like, yo, I can just rob people now with the crowbar.
Just break into other fish stalls and take their fish.
So we'll say that you now have like 4 like large, like fuckboy Tinder profile fish, like those size fish,
Okay, to scale to my character, I
Okay.
think that they should look like normals.
Yeah, to your character, they look normal size. So yeah, you got some food. You can try and find a way to cook it. You can eat it raw. You can do whatever you want. But you're just kind of walking around town. You got what you were looking for, and you bump into this group of dudes just walking around. Specifically, they bump into you. And they knock your fish, like, just kind of on the ground as a result.
Okay, so my character is just kind of like looking very, very sad, but then his face contorts a little bit as you hear, "Kill them all."
They
People here.
they look at you. You said that out loud, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. They look at you, and one of them immediately pulls out like a very like rusty looking dagger. And it's just like, "Hey, you want to try it? You want to try it right here, right now?"
Oh, his face goes back to normal, and he goes, "No, it was the hag. I promise it wasn't me."
He shoves you up against the wall. His like cronies, like slouched over, hands in their pockets, kind of snickering, getting their face up in your grill. He's like, "You really shouldn't start something you're not planning on finishing." And he begins to move the dagger like up toward your neck, and he's like, "Don't you think you should probably apologize for that?"
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry. Kill those sons of bitches.
Oh, let's go.
And he's like, "All right, you asked for it, you bitch." And he holds up his hand, and we're gonna pause. We're gonna pause there. And so you're still in this southern part of town, and there another like little, not so much a raft, but just kind of like a small little boat, like almost canoe-esque, pulls up near where your raft was, and a figure steps off the ship, and immediately they kind of see what's going on. They see this kind of timid-looking giant, like half-giant sort of thing, being accosted by these different thugs, and they see the guy put his dagger hand up in the air, ready to like bring it down into your neck, basically. And before you can even register what's happening, you kind of just hear a scream, like really close to your face, and you look up at the dude. You open your eyes from like cowering away, and the dude is like sweating bullets. He is terrified because he has dropped the dagger, and his hand is now pinned to the wall behind you with like a giant bolt like right through the center of his palm. You kind of follow the tracing of the bolt, like where it came from, and you see that it goes back to the figure who just came off the boat. But to you, Willow, go ahead and roll me another perception check real quick. Okay, with a 13. You can... Everything in your mind is telling you that this crossbow bolt came from this person. Like, there's no other person around in that area that the crossbow bolt could have come from. But the person doesn't seem like it fits them. Like, the person... You have grown up your entire life, Willow, your character, kind of being afraid of the world around you, kind of being very timid. This person puts you to shame. This person looks like they're about to wet themselves. They look like they are the textbook definition of fear and cowardice. But they're holding a crossbow, and like they fired it so intensely, like somehow there's like steam coming off the crossbow. Nico, tell us about Alfie.
Alfie is a fucking pussy, but he's also deranged.
Yikes.
And he's deranged is because I sent this to Colin literally seconds ago and I've already forgotten. In his past, Alfie was a ship's hand. He used to swab the decks of essentially one of the most well-known pirate ships in the world. And he's a bunny person. He's a Lago folk. So that's why he looks like a pussy, is because he's a bunny. But essentially, what warped his mind is that he used to be the ship's hand for a person named Jonah the Crow, who was like the captain of the ship. He was one of the most fearsome pirates in the world. Anyway, Alfie and his crew went out to find a treasure in the small continent's land. They found the treasure, stole it, and then blinding light happened. And then Alfie woke up alone on the ship. Months, years passed, whatever the case may be, and Alfie kind of just went insane and developed a second personality, and that second personality is essentially Jonah. But he doesn't know this. And so, yeah, he just kind of like is not all there and is also there. If that makes sense. That's essentially what Alfie is.
Sorry, I know you like literally just wrote this up. I'm just laughing at how like you guys didn't plan this, but you and Willow are so similar.
Why do we have 4 personalities between the two of us?
I was gonna say,
I love it.
We are at 2 character introductions. We are at 4 personalities.
No, I actually love it. I'm
identity disorder.
I love this a lot. I'm excited to see how you guys differ. But yeah.
Yeah, so Alfie is like extremely scattered. Thank you for giving me such a badass introduction, Colin. Alfie is genuinely just a dumbass. He's very scatterbrained. His second personality is Jonah, yes.
Oh, okay.
But it's like he doesn't go by Jonah. He still goes by Alfie. It's just he is like taken in the traits that Jonah had. So he's extremely like focused and is able to do shit, but only in regards to like what triggered that.
And Jonah was the pirate captain you served under, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So so you got off and you saw this helpless little furball, and I guess like the mannerisms of Jonah, the aggressive side of him kind of overtook you, and you, like without thinking, you just fired into the bolt.
It reminded him of one of his crewmates being in trouble, and so he was like, "Nah, this shit ain't gonna fly."
All right. Now that Alfie has returned to himself, what's his reaction?
He bolts. He just fucking runs away. he is literally he saw what he did. He's like, oh fuck, and just ran. So I imagine he like either took cover in his boat or ran to like the nearest building.
Okay, so let's say he runs over to the nearest building. Willow, you are welcome to go after him if you want, because the thugs that were accosting you are now very preoccupied with getting their friend's hand unstuck from a wall.
I would like it to have been a hard bolt, so that it is hard.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. Dang. So you're really vicious out here.
Yeah. No, Jonah was fucked.
Okay, so Willow, are you gonna go after Alfie, or are you just kind of gonna go about your business now?
I mean, he's gonna pick up the fish from the ground first, and then go after Alfie.
Okay. All right. So you find Alfie inside the building that he ran into. He's like, it's kind of a storage building, with just general knickknacks and wares and whatnot. And Alfie is he's holding his rabbit ears down below to his shoulders to stay hidden behind the crates. And then suddenly a giant furbolg is looming over him. So what does Alfie do?
I can't make this sound in real life or I will destroy my throat. So I'm gonna post it in the chat, and this is his reaction. You know that the scream that happens in video games? It's that one.
Oh, okay. Like the Wilhelm scream?
Not quite. It's a very squeaky, cutesy. He's a woodland animal.
Right, that's fair. That's fair.
It's yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's kind of the scream that happens, and he's just fucking shaking. He's about to die from fright.
Yeah. So if you guys want to talk, or we can cut it there and move over to somebody else, your choice.
I'll just squeak out, please don't hurt me.
I'm down to cut it here, so I can think about what to say next.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. We are now going
thinking about how to cut Nico right now.
We are now going to transition over to this sector, the leftmost sector. This is kind of like an entertainment district of sorts. As little or as hard as entertainment is to come by in these sorts of places, people do still need some. They need to get away from the woes of their daily living. And so there are a couple of shops. You see there's a wizard who's, doing paltry, no, not paltry, that's not the right word. Very minor magical illusion sort of things, rabbit out of hat, flowers out of his sleeve, that sort of thing. And you see there are some bards who are singing. They've kind of formed a little quartet. And
Did you say rabbit under his hat?
What?
Because I'm about to eat the rabbit, dog. I'm not lying.
It's a stuffed rabbit because real rabbits don't.
Okay. Don't be saying that. Don't be saying that now.
Polyester is looking good.
Samuel
today.
just apparates.
With a fork in one hand and a knife in the other, licking his lips.
But one of our characters who has been at this town for a little while is, just kind of roaming about the entertainment district, seeing what they're like, and he's kind of noticing, getting a feel for what the entertainment here is like, because he himself has lived as a bit of an entertainer for a while, maybe. Josh, what's Gen's story?
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm chilling out in Samuel's trash scrap.
Oh.
All right, never mind.
Hold on. I want more context to that. Do you mean you're just hiding inside the trash, or are you just chilling, waiting for me?
You're just sleeping.
I'm just sleeping.
Bye.
All right. There is another character who could also fit in the entertainment district, kind of doing odd jobs and stuff here and there. With their, you see, there's a little obstacle course of sorts set up around, and it's just a quick way for this fellow to make some money. Because they're so dexterous, they're so agile that they can, do these cool little tricks and whatnot. And people will throw them, shrimp or little scraps of rock or metal or whatnot. So if it's fine by you, Marco, tell us about yourself.
Can Marco talk shit about the person throwing a rock? What's their deal?
Rocks are actually a form of currency.
Is
so
it?
Yeah. So the currency here is just bits and bobs, shards of glass, pieces of rock, that sort of thing.
We have regressed to bartering. This is barter.
Yeah,
You're
quite
bartering.
literally. Yeah. So he's not throwing a rock at you to
Okay.
hit you.
Hey, yo, this performance is so great. Let me just chuck a rock at this man.
It was probably a kid and threw a rock that was slightly too big.
Probably. if Marco sees it was a kid, he'll just drop it and like he's like, yeah.
It's a full-grown adult man.
No, Marco's talking shit. No. So yeah, this obstacle course, was he like racing other people, or is it just like he's putting on a show for him?
It's
gamble.
kind of
That's
it's
a
kind
gamble,
of
bro.
it's kind of open so that people can participate if they want to. Like they can, challenge you for different like prizes. Like you have like a very ramshackle like betting board up, and it's like you like have like the high odds and it's literally just your name, and then written below that is the words everybody else.
Okay, so yeah, I'm giving like 10-1 odds,
Yeah,
stuff like that. Okay.
Exactly.
It's horse. Yeah, except I literally don't have to throw dice for athletics or acrobatics checks.
It's
so
true.
it's
horse racing. Yeah, basically.
yeah.
So what's Marco doing aside from like what brought him to Flotsam, I guess?
It was kind of just the biggest place. He's on the younger side. He wasn't too old when the catastrophe happened, so he's kind of just been on Flotsam for a while now, doing whatever he could with his talents.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
cool.
This is not his like latest thing, but like something he's been doing for a while. He's also a mercenary for hire if that kind of person, and if he runs into that kind of person looking for that kind of thing.
Definitely something you would find more in the southern part of this town. Definitely still a profession.
He's familiar. He's familiar with the area. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So you're just kind of running around this course, and this girl comes up to you. She is she's a tabaxi, and she's like, 10-1, huh? I think I like those odds.
All right. What are you betting then? In that case, how much?
She pulls out 2 like medium-sized like tuna, basically.
This is the part where I break character and ask, can I pay that out 2-1 or 10-1?
No, you cannot, but you can claim that you can.
Yeah, sure. Marco's like, I'll take your bet.
All right, cool. And then there's a Aarakocra, who's kind of like not really like your partner by any means. You just kind of met him when you came into town, and he's kind of the referee of this whole thing whenever competitions come up. He's just kind of snoozing because nobody's had the audacity to challenge you for a little while.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, go for it.
What's his name?
I don't know, Jeff. What's his name? You tell me.
Chris.
Oh my god. That's Q. That's QR. That's QRIS.
QRIS.
Yeah. Yes.
It's still so funny.
Crossover.
I got Chris there, and I was like, "Hey, Chris, wake up! We got a challenger."
Huh? Fucking man! I dreamt I wasn't living in a shithole. God damn. Okay, fine. Fucking. He pulls out a whistle and he's like, "Ready? You ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go." He blows into his whistle. And the race kicks off. I will explain why I'm making you do this a little bit later. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for me right now.
Sure. I got my dice out, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, go for it.
Acrobat. So that's a 6.
Plus your 3 modifier.
Yeah, a 6.
Okay. She hold on, I guess I should roll for her too, just to be fair. Okay. She kicks your ass. This is like a person that you've never seen before. That just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and follow up with an insight check real quick.
Okay. Oh, that was a bad roll. It literally just dropped down. There we go. I got. All right, that's a 18.
Okay. Yeah. So you can tell as she's zooming around the obstacles, she's ducking under the bar. She's like, swinging across, little gaps that you set up and whatnot. She's a hustler. She does this for a living. She goes up to like all these people in the entertainment district, and she kind of beats them at their own game. That's her whole thing. And she gets to the end of the race. And, she's waiting there. She's waiting there for, like, a hot second. Because, like, this is her neck of the woods. She knows what's up. And then you finally get around. And she's like, 10 to 1 odds seemed a little high for that performance, don't you think?
And I say, hey, Chris, let's get the payout. And Marco's like looking back. He's like winking at Chris.
And Chris is like, "Oh shit, you lost!" Like Chris went back to sleep like almost immediately, but like only half asleep. He's like, "Oh shit, you lost? Fuck, what are we gonna do?" Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And yeah, we book it. So is like the prize stuff like set out?
Yeah, kind of. There was like a little table that like she put her stuff on.
We leave it there. Like that's hers, but we're booking it.
Okay, so you book it. She doesn't chase after you because like she kind of had an inkling. She knows how people in this town work, and she's like figures. She just like picks up her fish and just kind of strolls off to her next we'll say victim basically. And so you're in the process of running away. What direction do you head towards? Do you head towards the north or the south?
Let's go to the south, I guess.
Okay, cool. So you go to the south, and you you run inside to the Mercenary Hall that's down there, kind of like you and Chris, like your little hub. Where you can, get away from people because it's partially protected by the government, but it is not exactly like people aren't going to cause a fight in here, basically. So even if you did some dirty stuff, you're pretty safe in the Mercenary Hall. So you're just chilling in here, and then you hear some clamor in the back of the Mercenary Hall. Like as soon as you get in, like it's loud enough that the entire kind of tavern-esque setting that you're in kind of turns their heads and is like, what is going on back there? I'm going to pause there for you right now, and we are going to move over to Samuel's junk file. Now, Josh, tell us about Gen.
So the camera just like goes up from the whole entertainment district, and it zooms on back over to like a little close up of the junk pile, and you see some pieces of junk is begin to shift as the face of a little raccoon pops out and jumps out onto sort of the street of this town that we're in. The raccoon then sits up sort of on his hind legs, looks back and forth like real quickly, not really paying too much attention, just making sure no one's like there immediately, not like there's Samuel like around the corner. That would be crazy. And then the raccoon sort of turns into a little dragon guy. He's a kobold. He's a little kobold named Gen. Yeah.
You're really lucky. Samuel is this close to eating you.
He still has some fish bones of Samuel's thrown out fish from the night before into the junk pile. That's where I get all my food scraps mainly, because I figured out this guy doesn't like fish. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, what's Gen doing in Flotsam? Has he just kind of been here, scrounging the entire time?
Yeah, he was one of the founding members just by chance.
Okay.
Like, he's not credited with anything. He's just been there, like, has always been there. But no one pays him any attention.
Okay, gotcha. And so, right at this moment, hold on, let me just roll for it for the sake of it. Cool, exactly what I wanted. Right at this moment, Samuel slams the back door of his workshop open and just sees you sitting there, like with 0 warning.
I slammed it open thinking there was a raccoon. I was hallucinating. I'm like, wait! Hello?
I just stared up at him, blinking.
You haven't happened to seen a raccoon running around, did you?
Ciao, mi chiamo Jane e sono molto popolare.
You expect me to speak Italian? Alright, what did you actually say?
Wait, you speak Draconic? Oh, thank goodness. That'll make this a whole lot easier. Oh, I was a little worried. You know, seeing all these humans running around here, like you don't know how racism is. Clearly, I thought that you would see me and freak out and try to attack me or whatever because I look different. Anyway, so thank goodness. I know that you clearly are a friend by our common tongue. I'm Gen. I'm a little popular guy over here. I've been living in that little house for ages, I think.
You say just all this continuously?
Yeah.
I saw this.
What's wrong with that?
I have to check my character sheet if I actually know Draconic.
You don't.
I don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, okay, you're a human, so you can choose to learn Draconic, but that's going to be your language of choice.
Does this mean I have to get rid of machine?
No, you can keep machine.
Does this mean I have to get rid of C++?
No, you can keep all the coding languages. Samuel knows C++, Python.
I'll take Draconic.
Colin?
Yeah.
Can I arbitrarily learn C++?
Sure.
What about R? Is that an option?
No.
Fuck
R.
I thought all the snakes were gone.
Alright, so Samuel does speak Draconic.
I just happen to barely know some Draconic to hold a conversation. And you start speaking Draconic, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I can speak Draconic. Oh, I don't know half of what he's saying. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Did you see a raccoon?
Is raccoon a word in Draconic?
You say it, but you don't know the Draconic word for raccoon, so you say giraffe.
Giraffe. Oh my goodness! The way I was anticipating, expecting this to be that whole Italian thing was a joke, but it's as if I started speaking Draconic to you and then just got Common and Draconic confused.
So there's just this half language barrier that we're just trying to cross at this point.
So Samuel asked you if you've ever seen a giraffe.
A giraffe? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
Well, nice to finally meet you. You're the one that the fish bones keep disappearing to, right? Would I predict that? Is that a cool question? Would I predict that?
Unless
it
like
depends.
only if only if you like monitor your trash pile frequently.
I mean, yeah, it's a junkyard. I use stuff all the time.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I'll roll insight, I guess. Or is that investigation?
Do insight.
Okay. Insight. There we go. So 14.
Yeah, you can. He still has a little bit of fishbone meat, like hanging out of his mouth.
Just like, so you're the one that takes my scrap fish. Hopefully you've been enjoying them. I'm not really keen on fish.
Oh, fantastic. Cool. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. And the fact that it just rains from the sky right here, amazing.
Yep, that makes sense. So, I was gonna go head out to see the boat, because I finally wanted to. So I locked up shop.
The what?
The boat.
What's a boat?
The boat. There's a golden boat that comes in like every month.
A golden boat? Oh my god! Oh, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, but it's made of gold. So let's go.
Well, made of gold seems like an interesting. Because here's my theory.
Nah, let's go. Where is it?
It's gold plated. There's no way it floats. I refuse to believe this motherfucker floats. And I point to the direction, and so I actually like close and lock up shop, and I have like full gear on this time with like a satchel and like my staff, like the huge wrench. I just kind of like walk along. I'm like, yeah, you're free to join me if you'd like.
Of course. Especially since you're bringing me to a place with gold, I'll be able to take it back to the horde. Yes. I start like running
your hands
like no, just like running like further up the path in the direction that you pointed at, but then like occasionally turn around and see if I'm still going in the right direction, that you're still there. Like
yeah, I'll just nod along if you're going the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys head over to the dock. You're still like about an hour or so until the boat shows up, but a bit of time has passed. You see that there is already like there's not a huge population left in this world, but by the standards of Flotsam, there is a long line like waiting to get on the gold boat, and almost at the very front of the line. They're like third in line. They kind of stand out because most of the people in this town are your standard D&D like everyday races. Like you see a couple of humans, you see some tabaxi, some dwarves, some gnomes, just all walks of life on Flotsam looking to get on this boat, hoping for a new opportunity. But there's this one person near the front of the line that you two immediately see, because they're, shall we say, a bit more rounded than everybody else. Not in terms of like weight or anything, just in the size of this race. And they are standing there like stone-faced, kind of just motionless. You can tell that they've been there for a while, and they are very determined to get on this boat. They're at the front of the line because they got here early. Caroline, tell us about Sai.
I'd love to. Okay. I actually wrote a description. Is it okay if I read it?
Absolutely.
Oh my. And I'll drop a picture in media for you, in case you don't know was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sai is an ivory-colored fungus creature that is about 3.5 feet tall. While there are many types of myconids, mushroom people, Sai and their kind hail from the... How do you say the name of the woods that start with a G?
Grockiother.
Grockiother Woods. That's where Sai's from.
I will spell it
kind.
in chat.
Huh?
I'm spelling it in chat.
Okay. And are thought to evolve from bearded tooth mushrooms, that picture I just sent you, because they have kind of like a shaggy, like white spines on their head that are mistaken for hair. The only discernible portion of their head or cap kind of area is their face. they keep like their the tubes like trimmed back from, so other people can see like their eyes and their mouth, so they know like where to talk to. Directly under their head, their stalk splits into two smaller appendages, recognizable as like arms, and like their main stalk as well, which is about the size of both arms combined. So like kind of like a slimmer build. The base of their stalk splits into two legs. It's entirely likely that half their body weight is their head. But it's difficult to tell exactly where their head starts under all their like hair-looking spines. And that's what Sai looks like.
Yeah.
And Sai's just kind of like standing there with like just a small smile on their face, like completely fucking zoned out.
Yeah. So Sai's just kind of chilling. Yeah. How long has Sai been here?
Sai has been here since they knew that the boat went out. Like, I heard that the gold boat leaves and like goes to the Archroot, and immediately was like, "All right, where is it?" Like, came and like stood in line, and has just kind of been standing here like completely lost in thought for like probably hours, maybe a day, like a long fucking time.
Okay, yeah. So Sai obviously very determined to get on this boat. Stop me if this is out of character. I'm just Josh, but this is just the interpretation that I've gotten thus far. Gen grabs Samuel by the hand.
Sorry, 1 second.
Gen grabs Samuel by the hand. Can you hear us?
Willow, what's up?
Sorry, it's just my phone fell, and then I like wasn't hearing, for some reason the sound wasn't coming out, but we're good now.
Okay, rad. Gen grabs Samuel by the hand, and instead of like getting into line, just like pulls him up toward like the front of the line, like cutting everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. And there's
I'm like, hey, yo, shouldn't we get in the? And you just keep dragging me forward.
You said Sai's like third back.
Yeah, you're like third in line basically.
Sai is like
Make it fifth now.
Like, hey man, where's the rush? What's the hustle for?
I turn to Samuel and I say, "Is this where the gold comes?"
And I'm like, yeah, this is where the golden boat arrives. But there's some people here waiting in line because people actually want to like board the boat. Like it takes it to like, I believe somewhere. I think it takes it to the World Tree.
Hey man, all this exposition could have been done before you cut in line. I just want to know who lit the fire under you, man.
I didn't do it. I insisted that we just wait in line. We should wait in line. I say to the kobold.
I'm not a kobold. I'm a mike.
No, not to Josh's character.
Okay, Josh is I thought Josh was a dragon.
Was it?
Do kobolds breathe fire?
No.
Oh my god.
No, they don't.
I got the wrong idea. What's Josh's race again?
I'm a kobold. You're right.
So I was right.
What the fuck?
I just drew myself with
He's
fire.
drawing for his character.
Beautiful.
I swear. Josh.
That's the way Gen drew himself.
So I just say to the kobold, we should wait. We should wait in the back of the line.
Nah.
Hey, I'm pretty sure we're gonna cause a problem if we just kind of go to the front of the line like this. So it'd be easier if we go to the back of the line.
But I'm here.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they were.
I'm literally just trying to engage with you.
I'm just like, I kind of think for a minute, and I'm like, Well, there are two options. I can either go by myself to the back of the line, and they'll be the only ones in this hustle, or I could find some way to get them to the back of the line. Or better yet, I walk up I walk up to the... What's the specific name for the race?
The Shrigma?
The Myconid?
Is it Myconid?
The
Yeah.
mushroom. The mushroom.
Yeah.
Myconid.
Alright, so I walk up to the Myconid, and I'm like, sorry about that.
Okay, what's
kinda-
the rush, bud? You trying to find your network too?
No, just curiosity for me, that's all. I think there's much more of a motivation for him, though, as I point to the kobold.
What are you in a hurry for, bud?
I turn up to look at you as if I'm seeing you for the first time and go, oh, hello. I didn't realize so many people spoke Draconic.
You're fully speaking common right now, unless... And I look down at, like, the J in my hand. Did I learn to speak Draconic?
You must have. I've never heard someone speak it so fluently either. So
Oh, shit. Oh, man, this stuff is crazy. Alright, man. So, what's your whole vibe? Are you looking for your network or what?
What?
Your network, man, like your fucking family.
Network? Oh! No. I'm here to get some more gold to bring back to our horde. We're trying to summon a dragon.
Wait. You had me, then you lost me, then you had me, then you lost me. There's gold still?
So,
like, other than the boat, there's, like, gold out there?
I tried to explain to him that the boat is golden, but
yes,
it seems to be the case that they're intending to take the boat.
Yes,
Good luck
yes.
carrying
I'll
it,
take the
man.
boat.
It's solid gold.
Is it actually solid? I keep thinking to myself, is it actually solid gold? There's no way it's solid gold.
I don't know, man. That's just what I hear.
Wait. Where are my manners? Nice to meet you. I'm Sam. I reach a hand out, and I'm like, wait. Yeah, this is right? Yeah, this is right. My name's Sam.
I say, hi, Sam, I'm Sai, and I, like, hold out my hand for a fist bump.
Just bump fists.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it's like, I don't exactly make, like, a full fist. Like, I have fingers, but they're so short that it, like, looks more like I just curled them a little.
Like, what's it? The Big Hero 6, like, what's his name? Baymax. Yeah. When he, like closes his fist, it's like, I'm just thinking of la 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 la.
La, 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 la.
I don't get that reference.
You've never seen Big Hero 6? Oh my god.
Next movie night.
Next movie night, we're watching Big Hero 6.
Fantastic.
You will cry.
Hey, Sam, where are you from? I say.
That's a... Oh, you meant like here. Yeah, I'm in the scrapyard. I'm the mechanic man in the scrapyard.
I mean, you're from wherever you want to be from, you know? It doesn't have to be as cut and dry as on Flotsam, you know? You're from the scrapyard?
Yeah.
Man. Like taking old shit and making it new again? That's wild.
Yep. That's me.
That's wild.
It'd really be out here. Hold up. I don't even think I have your name either, as I turn to the kobold. Yeah, what's your name?
It's Gen.
Gen. Nice to meet you.
Pretty
Sam.
sure I told you this before.
I'm pretty sure I missed it.
Gen, what a cool name.
Thanks. It's short for Genny. I come from a long line of Gennies.
It's cool that you are, you know, choosing your own path.
Well, really, I'm forging my own. I'm the first one that shortened it to Gen. It's a little nickname.
That's so cool. You got a big tradition, you know? It's all about dismantling the system. It's all about challenging the norms. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. And I turn around and wait for the boat.
school. Love being shut down. And just sigh like quietly to themselves. I was just trying to be nice, man.
I just kind of quietly just go like, sorry, he's a bit. You know what? We'll just wait. Let's
How
all
long
wait.
have you been friends?
10 minutes.
Oh, okay, rad. Yeah, that dude's fun.
Yeah, you'd be wildin'. You trying to be friends?
Oh, sure. Do you want to be part of my network?
Yes. I say hesitantly, still not getting what network is.
Rad. Yeah, I'm looking for my like bio network, but like I always love adding people to like my found one. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah.
And I shoot some spores at him. Wow, welcome to the network, man. They're slightly hallucinogenic. Everything just looks a little bit brighter.
Just like, these are drugs. Mom said not to take drugs. I promised Mom I wouldn't take drugs. I already inhaled them. I'm hallucinating.
They're just like, you're just like, the colors are just brighter. Like, you just feel a little happier. It's essentially a microdose.
I'm just like, okay, this is an experience. There we go. We're good. I guess this is us waiting for the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're waiting for the boat, and I already rolled for this. Again, what is your armor class?
10.
10. Okay, cool. As you're like having this entire conversation, yes, you did cut Sai and everybody else. You also cut 2 people at the front of the line. One of them, you just kind of hear it perk up. If you're finished now, you fucking asshole! And they kick you in the shin. And they, you take 1d1 damage, Josh. They kick hard.
Can I say I see this happening, and I'm like, man, hey dude, get back here! I saved you a spot, remember? Jeez, don't go cutting people in line you don't know. I like pull him back by his arm. Come on, man, get back here! I like look at Sam like, you make friends quickly and undiscerningly.
I
love the fast and loose way you play with friendships.
You see the little it's like a gnome pixie like hybrid character who just kicked Josh with the full force of their entire tiny body and is like, man, I can't believe people are holding line now. That's so cheating.
Look, they were here before you got here. They just had food poisoning.
I'm at the front of the line. What do you mean?
We were here, and then we left, and then I came back to hold a spot for all of us. We all had food poisoning. I just have a superior digestive system. Do I need to roll, like, deception or something?
It sees that you're a mushroom and that you're high off your ass, so I think you're good. It just goes, fuck, whatever. God.
Taco Bell, you know? Can't live with it, can't live without it. Those fucking cheesy potatoes. And then I, like, disassociate into the distance thinking about cheesy potatoes.
I say thank you, Sai. And I pause for a bit, I'm like, how do you know Taco Bell? Hold up. Are you just dissociated already?
Sai's just like staring into the distance like, oh, is Taco Bell not on this plane? That's my bad. I do that sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, so y'all are in line for the boat. We're gonna cut back to some clamor going on in the storehouse as a little bunny man shrieks his guts out. So much so that the entire mercenary guild that this storage room is attached to hears it. So they, sorry, Marco, curiosity piqued, goes into the back of the storage room, kind of just haphazardly, and it's like, what's going on back
Sounds like
here?
a murder.
Sounds like a murder.
Someone did a murder.
Is this my time to act?
This is your time to act, yes.
Okay. Alfie is curled up in a ball, essentially like about to start like bawling. Like sobbing, not like bawling like basketball. Just want to make that clear.
Thank you
I had
for
a clear
making it
difference.
clear.
Yeah, I had a huge difficulty clearing that up.
And so he's just kind of like rocking back and forth, like, please don't hurt me, please. Need it.
So I just want to state, because I forgot to state it originally, that my character is like not a child, but he kind of like he does not look like he's over 20. So I just want you to picture, you know, a teenager standing over this shrieking rabbit person.
But how tall is this teenager? That's what I want to know.
He is 8 feet tall.
God, okay.
Marco absolutely thinks this furball is just beating the crap out of this bunny and is just like, hey, take it somewhere else.
Oh, you see the furball's eyes kind of start to water. He's like, I didn't do anything.
Damn, Marco, what an ass.
then why is this rabbit crying?
I don't know. It just seems like something he does. Maybe it's a character trait.
Fair enough. I failed to consider such a thing. Rabbit
Can I
thing,
go now?
Rabbit thing, is that a character trait of yours?
Rabbit thing is terrified that there's more people here and wails even louder.
See, I told you it had nothing to do with me.
It appears to be a character thing.
I just want to go, please.
You can go. Nothing's keeping you here, I don't think.
Okay. So he runs out.
As soon as Alfie notices that the 8-foot tall man-child is no longer looming over him, he is a tiny bit more at ease. And he'll let one ear perk up and look around.
Oh yeah, one ear perk up, you're a bunny. I was like, how do you perk up an ear?
Yeah. And he'll look around just like, yeah.
You okay there? You finally calmed down?
Oh boy. Oh boy. That was his only answer.
Marco, upon solving this mystery, finds something better to do.
I don't know how to further this interaction in a good way.
Me neither.
A couple. Okay.
I think what Alfie's gonna do is he's gonna look around to see if a fish had been dropped because he's stirring. And he noticed that tall boy had little fish. If there is, he will pick it up, absolutely devour it, and then look around like, I was here for something. I don't remember what it was for. And that's about it. I don't know what else.
Mm-hmm. As you guys are having this conversation, a couple more mercenaries burst into the back, and they're like, "Oh, Marco, it's just you. What was that noise?"
This rabbit guy was crying real loud. There was a furball here with him. I think the furball scared him, even though They were both going through it. I'll be honest. I don't think anything actually happened.
Man, I haven't seen a furbolg in a hot minute. Oh, do you think maybe it showed up today for the boat?
Maybe, probably. That's the only thing.
Up immediately.
Only special event happening.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only thing that really happens around these parts in general, don't you think? Weren't you talking the other day about wanting to see the boat?
Yes.
Who said that? Who said that?
Yes, I was.
I think the main goal is for everyone is to go see the boat right now.
Well,
So
I mean,
when is the boat supposed to show up?
oh, that's your problem, matey. It's showing up in like 5 minutes now. You don't got a lot of time left.
Well, no time like the present, I guess. See you boys around.
And Marco, with his extreme speed, just vanishes.
Wow, that was a series of normal interactions.
Sorry, I didn't know another way. I didn't know another way to get you to the boat.
No, that's perfectly fine. That was just a very hard go to the boat.
It was a very big prompting of, hey, you should do this.
I now understand why game developers have that in the first mission where they're just obvious as hell. Because it's like, if left alone to their own devices, no one will understand a thing.
I need you to know the entire time you, Caroline, and Josh were at the boat, the entire conversation, I'm just like, now how do I get the other three to the boat? That's what I came up with.
Alfie, I think his main goal at this moment in time is to find a boat that will carry him places, and he's heard things about this boat, so he's also interested in going to this. That's a beautiful mushroom at the bottom of this page. What was I saying? He wants to go see the boat too. Yes, he also wants to go see the boat. So he'll also run in the direction he thinks Marco went.
Rad.
Is Chris coming with? I'll ask Chris. Chris, you want to come with me to the boat?
Chris is dead asleep.
A weekend getaway.
If you try and jostle Chris awake, but he's just like in his sleep he sticks up like a middle feather at you. Like he's just like, I'm tired of being woken up today.
Chris, is everything good at home? Like, do you have insomnia? Is you all right, man?
He sticks up another middle feather.
I would leave some money for you to go see a doctor, but I think I'm broke. So, see you around, Chris.
He lowers the middle finger.
He lowers the middle finger and waves. All right, so you guys are on your way to the boat. Willow, where did you run off to?
God. I mean, he doesn't know. But I don't know. He's just outside. I guess he would see the other two running out. I don't know. Can he check his watch?
He can check his watch if he would like. Okay. As he's checking the watch, he hears not too far away, "Oi!" And you see like the ruffians from before. This guy's hand is now like completely bandaged up and everything, and he's just like pointing at you with his dagger, and he's like, "You and your friend gonna get it now, fucker!"
Okay,
damn,
so he.
That's intense.
That was good, but he thinks of the only two people that didn't try to kill him today, and he chases after them.
Okay, fair enough. So I don't have an image for this, so I guess I can simply draw one. But as y'all are just kind of sitting waiting for it to arrive. Out of like the mist, the clouds over the ocean, you see a boat appear over the horizon. This is the boat. Can you guys see the boat?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Oh, my screen's covered. Give me a second.
I'm still
Okay,
trying
yes.
to I'm still trying to make sure I figure out the different layers and everything. Yeah. So this boat appears, and it's it's a fairly decent sized boat, especially compared to the ones that you guys normally see. Much to Samuel's dismay, I would even say, it's solid gold. Every single part of this boat is gold. The hull, the sail even is gold. And it is floating gracefully atop the water as it approaches the docks.
That's some dumb shit right there. That's some straight dumb shit, bro. How's that bitch floating? I just say out loud, hey yo, how is that boat floating?
Maybe consider, Marco says with his -1 modifier to intelligence, that
It's a boat.
the water is also more dense than what you might be used to.
I turned to my
In this magic world,
Sai says with his +0 to intelligence. Or maybe, and consider this, maybe the boat's less dense than you'd think it is.
Yeah, maybe
Even
it's
though-
hollow. Oh wait, I'm not here.
Alfie pipes in with his +2 intelligence and says, "No, you guys, the boat is simply magic."
Oh,
Ah. Okay.
that makes more sense.
Okay.
As
Alfie-
Alfie says the word magic, just like suddenly a plank like shoots off from the boat and just attaches itself to the dock.
Wait, I was here. I was actually there.
Yeah, you guys just appeared next to them and just inserted yourself into this conversation, apparently.
Because the Marco one, I'd be like, yeah, he would just be there, and I'm like,
Hey, I saved you guys a place. And I look at Sam. More of your friends?
I don't know these people.
Oh, shit. I
guess we
gotta learn to think before I talk, but I've never been great at thinking, you know what I'm
We gotta roll
saying?
with this. We gotta roll with this.
You
He's
hear
terrified of Carolyn's character.
you hear kind of like a spectral sort of sounding voice emanating from the boat. First you hear a horn, like a
Where'd
You did it again.
the horn come from?
It's on the boat.
all bound for a lighter one-way trip. We can hold 60 spots on the gold boat.
We'll get on IMD.
this is the SS Gold boat.
Sai starts like going 1, 2. Oh shit! I think we might get on.
I don't know about that. As I point, and I assume what I assume to be the rest of the people in line rushing to get in the boat.
Yeah, no, like the concept of a line has completely dissolved. Everybody, it's a mad dash for the boat right now.
I feel like we should get in the boat.
While
Jen
you
was
guys are
on
having this conversation,
as soon as they extended the boarding plank. Like seconds before that, Gen was already on the boat.
Gen has been on the boat.
On the boat.
We have 60.
Marco,
We have
sort of like-
59.
Marco jumps onto just skips walking on the plank, just jumps across and just lands in the boat just to show off.
Sai walks so leisurely onto the boat that he's number 60.
I kind of like run up a bit to get onto the boat, and then I turn around seeing Sai like leisurely walking. I'm like, all right, Sai, let's go a bit faster. And I grab a hand and like start to like speed up the walking.
all right, I'm coming. I look down at our hands and I'm like, so we're like a network, eh?
Alfie screams out "Stampede" as someone starts moving. Like the scene from Lion King, and he doesn't want to be the lion.
He doesn't want to get Mufasa'd.
Exactly. So he will screech and run.
Just kind of pause. I literally like stop walking to hold one ear just from that. I'm like, oh my god.
You hear the spectral voice come over again, and it's like, we have 3 spots remaining on board. All on board. Please make note. This is a one-way trip. There is no boat back.
That seems ominous, right, guys?
Hey, hold up. Wait. Can I go back to my junkyard and get something real quick?
you see the dock starts to retract. Or...
Damn.
With the last 3 people on it.
Yeah. One of these people is none of these people are a furbolg. But a furbolg starts bounding out of the crowd, looking around for the people who did not kill them. Willow, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Please, did he not make it on the boat?
In that one, you get kicked out of the session of the campaign.
You see some long ears sticking up on the boat.
Boat time.
What?
Boat time. It's boat time. Get on the boat.
What is he supposed to do?
Jump on the boat. Jump on the boat.
It's Alfie. It's Alfie. You're seeing my ears.
Yeah, you see
No,
Alfie's
I
ears.
know that, but I mean, is the boat already gone?
Oh no, the board is in the process of like retracting. Like
Oh
it's
my
like there's
God,
like
I
there's
was
like
under
2
the
feet.
impression that it was already gone. Okay.
No, it's like 2 feet away from the dock and moving farther.
Sai, like, can I say that Sai sees, like, Willow, what's your character's name again?
It doesn't. Don't worry
Good
about
question.
Open bracket, close
You
bracket
can call
is what we're
him.
working
No,
with.
you can call him whatever you like.
Or can you say that Sai sees, like, someone sprinting towards the boat and, like, holds out their hand to them? Like, come on! To try to help them get on.
That's sweet.
it. Okay, so Willow.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get kicked out of the campaign. It's not a worry. But I do need you to make a we'll say dexterity saving throw.
Can it be with advantage because I'm helping?
Okay, yes, a dexterity saving throw with advantage. You.
Get on here!
Oh.
Oh shit! We're not gonna shoot my guy.
I can just imagine, like...
Willow say thank you, Caroline. Okay, so the boat pulls away with a big old furbolg just dangling off the edge of the boat.
I noticed that Sai leaned over holding on to something. Like, what you leaning over holding? Oh my god! I reached out to like help lift him up.
Fish.
Do you still help even though he smells of fish?
Yeah, I mean, everyone smells of fish. We've been in
The world is fish.
The world is freaking fish.
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, I just won't eat it, bro. Like,
All right.
What the fuck you be eating then?
no, I mean, I have to eat it. I just don't want to. That's the point. I don't want to eat it.
Algae?
Oh my god.
As Samuel is helping the furbolg on the boat, he looks over at the dock and he sees like Annabella like waving like a handkerchief at him like goodbye.
I wave back and I'm like, bye. I noticed some other people from the town too, and I'm like, bye. Sorry, I won't be able for repairs for a while if I make it back. Except for you. You don't get any more repairs. Yeah, I remember you. Something I forgot.
You see that guy just kind of like sink into the crowd.
Damn, man.
Awesome. So you guys are now on your way. There's like a whole hodgepodge of people. Somebody said earlier that their theory for the boat floating was that it was hollow. Not true. when I said it was solid gold, I meant there's like not even an under cabin part. It is just the top part of the boat that people just stand on.
Hey, wait. What was the person that gave the call? Or do we know if there was a person that gave a call?
It was just a spectral voice.
Disembodied voice.
Yeah.
So I yell up to the crow's nest to where I assume the spectral voice is from. Hey, does this mean we don't get beds? Hey, is there like a bathroom? Hey, yo!
Silence.
Alfie is in
just
his
dead
element.
silence.
He's in his element, so he goes up, like, he starts climbing around the ship. Like, very gleeful to be on a real ship again.
Yeah. Alfie, roll a perception check for me. Actually, an investigation.
Oh, good. I'm good at that.
Oh, you're really good at that.
I'm so good.
You got on the boat and you're like, my third eye has awakened.
So
No longer scared. I'm enjoying it right now.
So the rest of you see Alfie like kind of like Superman jump, but like as a rabbit, like just up to the crow's nest, and he just kind of like peers around. Like you're not bouncing like straight from the bottom to the crow's nest. You're bouncing on like the mast and everything, but you're like you're getting up there super fast. And on your way, you're like making note of like details of the ship. You do confirm that yes, it is made out of solid gold. And when you get up there, you see that like everybody is on the boat and nobody looks out of the ordinary. Like they all pretty much look like they came from Flotsam. Like they're wearing rags, they're wearing like scrap metal. You don't see much else. And you also notice that the boat is moving very fast. Like very, very, like Flotsam is gone. The Flotsam is not on the horizon, and you left like 5 minutes ago. So
y'all enter warp speed, bro.
Yeah, so you immediately know there's like some magic tomfoolery going on with this boat, basically. You do not see any there's nobody steering the boat. There's nobody at the wheel. As far as you can tell, there isn't. As far as you can tell, there isn't a wheel. And the boat's just kind of going.
Okay. I shout out from the top of the mast, I am the captain now.
There is from the crow's nest, there's like a boom, like just like a shockwave that like knocks you off. It cushions you at the bottom, so you don't take any like fall damage or anything. But it's just like you hear the spectral voice again, and it goes, "Please remain on designated premises until the voyage ends."
So how about that bathroom, huh?
As Alfie is falling, he's screaming all the way. I don't know how Alfie's voice is like not dead. But
he's trained it.
Yeah, I mean, he screamed enough, I guess. He's screaming all the way, and he's still screaming even though he's stopped falling.
Yeah. As Samuel asks, how about the bathroom? You hear another guy just be like, "Oh, just do what the rest of us are doing," and you just see like a line of like 20 people just pissing off the edge of the boat.
It's been 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes, you guys.
Look, I didn't think that it would be a one-way trip. That's confirmed. I thought there'd be bathrooms on the ship.
Yeah, so did we.
Wait, is that Francesco? Francesco! There's just a dude missing off the side, but he's like, "Oh, what's up?" I'm like, "Hey, so you came too?" And he's like, "Yeah. I'm like, "So about that money you owe me." And he's like, "Bro, let me piss it, please. In peace, please."
He's the PC who's still DM.
Francesco's just like, I came on the boat because I don't have the money. You have to understand, Samuel.
Well, I mean, Yeah.
Look,
Hey,
look,
if you take this boat, I'll take some of that money.
You hear another like shockwave, and the boat kind of like emanates with like a red energy, and it's like, any discussion of mutiny will be deemed a threat, and passengers will be dumped overboard.
I mean, we were already taking dumps overboard, so it's not much of an extension at this point.
Francesco grabs your mouth, like he's still pissing. He grabs your mouth and he's like, "Don't you fucking say another word. We're all risking life and limb to be on this boat."
He pauses for a bit, I guess, and let go of my hand, I assume. And I just go, "It's absolutely filthy, dog."
Welcome to Moondrop.
Alright, buddy. I stand next to him and start pissing off the spot.
Once again, Sam, it's been 5 minutes. You should have pissed when you were on the boat. I cannot abide by that.
We're on the boat.
Wait, before you got on the boat.
On Flotsam.
Oh, on Flotsam. Yeah. Well, I didn't plan on this. I don't think I definitely didn't plan on this.
Maybe he didn't have to pee 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Fair.
for real.
Super fair.
So Alfie, you knock on the floor. There's no reverberation. Like I said, it's just solid gold. There's no like underbelly of the ship or anything.
Can I go up to where the wheel would be?
Yes.
And just kind of sit there and wait for
you
the
see
pop-up?
you go up there and you see there's like a line of or like several lines of like bedrolls basically, just like basically the equivalent of if you went to a slumber party and somebody gave you a yoga mat. Like they're not like good by any means.
I pick out the best one.
You what?
I pick out the best one.
You pick out the best one. Okay. So Alfie claims his bedroll. You also notice that there are some buckets. I'll leave that up to you to determine what those are for. And yeah, so that's pretty much all you see on the ship. I will say, Alfie, with your investigation, you also noted that there was a door, or what looked like a door, kind of below where the steering wheel is.
Alfie will get to that later.
Okay.
Does anyone see that right now?
I mean, it's like pretty evident, but like, you know, if you're caught up in the whirlwind of like just getting on this ship and big new adventure and everything.
No. Alfie wants to be the captain of this ship. That was like the whole point of getting on the ship in the first place. Was he wanted this to be his ship so he could be a pirate and roam the world on this ship.
Okay, gotcha.
So he's gonna make a mad dash for what's known as the captain's quarters.
Right. You get to the door. It is locked.
I kick it.
Solid gold core. Yep.
It does not budge.
Did I hurt myself in the process?
You realized at the very last second that you're about to kick gold, and that it probably wasn't the best idea. So like you still kick it, but like not at full force. So no, you don't take damage.
Can I try to pick the lock?
Yes, you can.
Alright, how do I do this?
Do you have tools to do that?
No, I don't.
Then no.
Can I
no,
make a perception check to try to see him doing this?
Go for it. You see him. He is. You just saw him kick solid gold, and like.
And I'd roll physical dice too. Shit.
I could also do that actually. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you just saw Alfie kick solid gold, and like you saw the pain on his face.
I walk up to him and I'm like, because I am assuming that he's picking this lock like he's never picked a lock before.
Yeah.
I walk up to him and I'm like, don't you think that you had enough embarrassment for one day. Let me do that for you, bud.
I will. My character is terrified of Carolyn.
This is true.
Caroline's character, because Caroline is a small kind.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I said this.
technically, small kind is a class, and she hasn't explicitly stated what her class is.
Say.
Oh, I thought small kind was like a race.
No.
No, my race is Myconid, and my pronouns are they them.
I have to change the backstory slightly.
Yeah. I mean, like they can reveal it to you, but
I haven't, so I'm just like, let me do that for you. I got a little experience.
Okay. Alfie will step back. He's a little scared of everything anyway.
Okay.
Back.
Sleight of hand? Colin?
Yes.
Okay, 17 plus 4 is 21.
And this was sleight of hand to help pick the door.
Lockpick, yes.
Yeah. You do, like, everything that you do is right to be able to pick a door, but the door still does not budge.
Do I ascertain anything about this lock?
You ascertain that the lock is... Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Okay, and is it daytime right now?
It is daytime.
Are we in the shade, perhaps?
Don't worry about your class features yet. I'll just say that.
Fuck. Okay. Then it's a +0. 13.
Okay.
I do Arcana?
You can also do Arcana if you want. Yeah.
21.
Okay. Alfie and also Sai both feel something that you didn't feel before. You were just caught up in the whirlwind of getting on the ship and the excitement of a new adventure and everything. You feel a majority... The ship is very magical, obviously. But a majority of that magic is concentrated on specifically the lock of this one door. Like, it is just magic compounded on magic compounded on magic. They don't want anybody getting in this door.
Oh, we gotta get in this fucking door, dude. This is some weird shit.
Alfie will call out to the magical voice, "Hey, I need some privacy. Can I come in here real quick?"
Silence.
Don't call attention to us, Jesus.
I will...
We just tried to pick this lock that clearly they don't want opened.
Alfie sighs.
I'm gonna progress time a little bit, but first I just wanted to check in with our gold obsessed friend to see how he's handling it.
All right, so what Gen does is, in a dejected manner, hobbles up towards where Samuel is, sort of like pulling on his sleeve to get his attention. Samuel. Like, tugging on his sleeve. Samuel.
He might not be
this entire time.
That actually made for better roleplay too.
It did.
Real Samuel move.
So as I was saying, I'm sitting against the side of the ship with my staff just like hanging on one of like my hand hanging on the staff.
And I'm just tugging at your sleeve.
Yeah,
I pull your arm off of the staff. I knock the staff over. Samuel. Oh, Samuel.
Hey, yes. What's up? I reach over to pick up my staff.
It's all fake, Samuel. It's not real gold. I want to go home.
How do you know it's not real gold?
I know. Trust
Should
me.
be.
Let's go home. and I start pulling your sleeve over to like the side of the boat that we entered from.
Like, okay, so how do we get home from here?
What do you mean? It's just this, and I point out to the now
long
empty,
gone,
ocean.
The boat took off. The boat moved.
I don't know what a boat is, Samuel.
oh, yeah, it floats on the water. It's a transport vehicle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're moving, dog.
Oh no. No, I hate water.
Don't worry.
This can't be. No. I start running in circles. No. Water's everywhere. I keep looking like over every like side of the boat and just to see, yes, there is water there. No, this is the worst. Samuel, how could you let this happen?
Because the place we're going to doesn't have water.
You know how much I hate water. How could you let this happen?
I don't.
You tell me this is what a boat was. This fresh hell.
Time. We're gonna skip time ahead to later.
No, we're not.
No. Listen. It's gonna be like hours later. Like it's like well into the night. Like around like let's say 8 or 9. And Gen is still doing this. He's still freaking.
It's like okay, good. And I look at my bag. I'm trying to look for something, and I'm like here, and I toss him like a toy, right? The toy is like what do you call?
A plush?
No. What is it called? Is it kendama?
Oh, like those little doll things?
Kendama. Yeah, it is called a toy. Or a kendama toy. It's
Oh, I know what that is, yeah.
Yeah, the ball one.
Oh, yeah.
The one for relaxation. I'm just like, here, focus on this until we get to land. It'll be nice. It's fun.
Francesco perks up at hearing you say this, just kind of being an asshole, and he's like, well, technically we're never getting to land, but tree.
Francesco, I swear I'm not doing any more repairs if you keep this up.
I can't pay you off anyway.
Can I go up to can I go up to Gen and like crouch down next to him and be like, hey man, would it make you feel more or less at peace if you could talk to the water?
What? I could talk to water?
You could. Do you want to? Would that help your situation?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay. I gather the spores from the air around me and I'm like, that's totally fair. Everyone's on their own journey.
What's
know how to react to this little toy thing that Daniel handed me.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, you try to get the ball in the different positions without using a second hand.
Oh, okay. So I work on that for about like 2 minutes, and I get frustrated, and I throw it into the ocean.
That was an hour of woodworking. I had to learn how to use wood.
What are Marco and open bracket close bracket up to?
Polo?
No.
Marco is at the bedrolls right now, kind of just laying down.
Just vibing, taking in
the
world. Yeah.
A little bit, kind of just resting.
Alfie has his bedroll under his arm, by the way.
You're just carrying it with you everywhere.
Yeah, no one's stealing the best bedroll.
And Willow, now that your character is on the boat, very haphazardly, what's you up to?
He is trying not to be sick. Lying horizontal with no mat or anything. just literally trying to sleep and let the time pass.
Groggy passengers of the boat keep like tripping over you because you're such like a big person, even like lying down, but you're just like not in their perception. Like you're just kind of like ignored by them, and they keep tripping over you by accident. Some of them have like, boiled some seawater to make drinkable like water and tea and whatnot. And one of them like trips and spills it like their hot tea like on your body as you're trying to rest there. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I did not see you there.
You're lucky he doesn't slit your throat.
And he just rolls his eyes and just not again.
Well, okay then. I do apologize, and I'll be on my way. He just walks away, kind of trying to not be fazed by that. So time continues on. You guys are just kind of go about living on the boat for a while. It's, the boat travels fast, as we established, but it also is a long trip to the World Tree, to the Tree of Elita. And on about the third day, you guys wake up, or actually, everybody right now, roll me just a d4. Everybody just roll a d4.
1 sec. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna use 3. Oh.
I got a 4.
I also
3.
got a 4.
4, 3. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Marco and Alfie are the ones who wake up at like the crack of dawn. Everybody else is kind of sleeping in a little bit. And go ahead, you two specifically roll a perception check now.
18 plus 1 is 19. I got a 19.
Okay, so Marco doesn't really realize it. He's just a little bit groggy after getting up. Alfie, from your background, being on a ship for so long, you've sailed waters before. You're no stranger to ocean tides. You realize that you're not moving. The boat's not moving anymore. It's just kind of stalled dead in the water, basically.
Can I clamber up to the crow's nest?
Sure.
I would like to do that. Do I have to roll anything?
No. Well, yeah, roll acrobatics.
That's a nat 20.
Again? Second one.
I know.
You do the exact same Superman jump up to the crow's nest, basically. And you see that is a very foggy day. It's a very foggy day, and there are some shadows in the water getting ever closer to the boat. They're still like a decent ways off, but they are approaching the boat.
Petition to have it so that anytime Alfie specifically climbs up to the crow nest, it is automatically a nat 20.
I feel like it should be at this point. Can I shoot one with the crossbow?
You can try to. Go for it.
God damn, I am on fire today. 19 plus... Is that a plus 3 to attack? Yes, it is. So, 22.
22 will hit, yeah. And
okay.
12.
And then
okay.
What is this? Is 1d8 plus...
Yeah.
5 plus 1 is 6?
So it's 6?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do your 6 damage to the shadow approaching in the water. No reaction from the shadow.
That's terrifying.
Anything else you want to do?
I mean, Do I have to keep track of bolts?
You do not know.
Okay, then I'm gonna shoot it again. Wait, like no reaction at all? Like it doesn't even.
No reaction at all.
When does Marco catch on to all this happening?
Marco sees that Alfie is firing at something and goes to take a look at what he's firing at. With your 11 perception, you can't quite see the shadows, but you can just tell from everything going on that he is panickedly attacking something.
So I'm gonna roll for survival.
Oh no.
To do. Is that okay?
You can. I don't really know what that's gonna do for you right now. But
or can I roll investigation rather? Can I roll investigation?
Yes, yeah, okay. That works a lot better.
Okay. You're not gonna believe this.
Oh my god.
Another nat 20, so that's a 24.
You need to start rolling on
You're right.
the website
I don't
again.
believe this.
You need to send me those dice.
Yeah.
I give you my dice. My physical dice, I don't get anything above a 5.
One of my physical dice is defective, so it was just kind of like a circle. There's no edges.
How did you
a D infinity?
I put it on the ground, but I'll try to find it.
Nico, tell me, how'd you load your dice so well? Mine doesn't work.
I promise.
Okay. With your investigation, with your nat 20 investigation, it is not like an oceanic predator. It's not like an animal or anything that you're shooting at. And in fact, your investigation has helped because it starts to emerge from the water. You have never seen something like this before. Even with all the magic in the world, this does not make any sense to you. But a boat just emerged from underwater.
It's a submarine.
Basically.
It's like a boat.
It's like a boat, but it was acting like a submarine.
That's insane.
The second that you see it emerge from the water and like connect what this is, 5 cannon shots blast into the gold boat. And even with all the magic protecting it, you can tell, you don't even need to roll for that. You can tell the boat just took the most damage it has ever seen in its life before from these cannon shots. At this point, because of the cannon blast, all of you are now awake. And a couple people are dead after being hit by not you guys, but a couple people are dead after being hit by cannon, like shrapnel and whatnot.
Are there cannons on this boat?
Are there what?
Cannons.
Are there cannons on this boat? No, there are not.
Then I shall continue shooting.
Okay, you continue shooting.
Anything I see anywhere near the deck.
You're not going to let me summon cows right now, right?
No.
What about sea cows? Some nice old-fashioned manatees.
Fun fact, manatees are no longer considered endangered. Let's go.
Nice.
So, does this mean we hunt him again, or
no?
Samuel's secretly been waiting for this moment.
I always wondered when they announced that like a species is no longer endangered. I'm like, so do poachers just wait until they're no longer endangered to just go, I bet, and start hunting them again?
Poachers don't give a shit if an animal's endangered.
Sorry, hunters, not poachers. Hunters.
What's the difference?
I think poachers, it implies like they specifically go after endangered ones.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean hunters. Do hunters just wait until they're no longer endangered? Like they're literally standing with a gun at the ready, waiting until they announce it.
For manatees, they're just aiming it down into the water.
Yeah, there's another level before endangered.
Threatened.
Threatened.
They're still protected by something.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. So Alfie is firing these bolts into the water. Like pretty much with every bolt he fires, another ship emerges from the ocean. And just like a barrage, like all these cannon shots hitting like either around the boat or hitting the boat directly. This ship is you guys feel it starting to tilt a little bit.
Can I activate these?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Again, I'll explain why eventually. So yeah, does anybody want to do something with this impending assault?
Can I fire? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Willow.
Oh, no, the only thing I have is, like, poison. I was thinking maybe I could just dump that into the water, but I don't think it's going to do much.
Can I fire a vengeful bolt at one of these ships? Are they within 120 feet?
You can, yes.
Okay. I'm going to fire a vengeful bolt, 2d8 plus 1d6, and I choose a d8 to choose the type of damage. I have a red d8 and a pink d8. The pink one's going to choose the kind of damage. And a d6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
And do you roll to attack, or do you just do damage with that one?
I roll to attack.
Okay.
Here, let me roll that real quick. That is a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Oh, great. Thank God. And a 2, it's going to take cold damage. It's going to take 2 plus 3 plus 3, 8 cold damage.
Okay, so it takes 8. And which boat is this? You see currently 4 boats in the
first one.
The first one? Okay.
The first one that emerged.
One that took 6 damage already, I guess.
Okay, so that boat has taken 6 plus 8 is, I can do math.
14.
6 plus 8. Where'd you get the... Oh.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the 6 from?
Alfie.
Alfie shot.
Oh, right.
Marco is going to start casting magic stones and start just arming the rest of the people on the boat with just magic rocks to chuck.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
When
as you're doing that, as you're giving people rocks and you're being like, "Hey, these are magic, throw them." They look at you like you're an insane person. You're like, "Bro, you just had $50."
You're going to die. Like, throw the rocks. Besides, I imagine I'm just imbuing magic onto just random shrapnel.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm finding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Samuel, as you like stir from your slumber from the cannon shot, you look over. You see that Chesko has a shard of shrapnel lodged into his lower side.
Oh, okay. So I spin around and I take like a quick, just like look at the situation, and I assume I see that they're like we're under attack, and so I immediately yell out, any people that are injured or in critical condition, bring them over to this section of the boat, and I just point to a general section, and I run over and I go to Francesco and I'm like, "Hey, bro, you good? That's a dumb question." Hold on, give me a second.
You see he is sweating profusely. There's a lot of blood. Like a lot of blood.
Yeah. So I guess I shall as a bonus action specifically, I have to go to my character sheet. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Slap the shit out.
I'll slap the shit out of it.
Imagine if that's how you heal people.
Yeah, so I will do Jack of their Trade, or I'll use my perk Jack of their Trade, and just touch them, and like try to stabilize the wound, but also heal them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can click it and.
Again, your perks and stuff not come into account yet, so you can just do like a regular healing spell.
Okay, yeah. In which case, I'll just do a healing spell. What we got? Oh shoot. Yeah, you replaced it. Is it okay if I still use Healer's Gambit, even though that's technically a perk?
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just with my staff in hand, I will start healing.
Okay.
Uh,
He
yeah.
looks up at you like very raspy. It's like, I guess I owe you double now, don't I?
It's like, I mean,
Plot truthful,
yes,
bro.
but let's get out of here. Then we can talk about how you not gonna pay me next time.
I'd like that.
Has anyone started like bringing over injured?
Yeah, so
Since
there are
I-
a couple.
yeah,
There are a
that-
couple people bringing over like family members and whatnot. You see that there are a couple of groups bringing over people who are like fully dead. But like in their desperation, they're like, please let this person be able to heal them. Yeah, just a lot of like carnage, basically.
Yeah. So I'm just sprinting from person to person at this point.
Mhm.
Even if I can't like magically heal, I'll just try to do like some form of like basic first aid and stabilization.
Yeah.
Hey, see, I got that certification for a reason, Colin. I got that first aid certification for a reason.
Exactly. You say that out loud, and everyone's like, "Who's he talking to?" I'm going to roll a dice here, real quick. Oh no. Okay.
What's that supposed to mean?
I didn't think this would happen so soon, but two more ships emerge. So there were already 4 ships. One ship pops up. Another ship pops up. This one bigger than all the rest, and it pops up directly below the gold ship. Like it just emerges and basically shoots the gold ship into the air and like flips it. Everybody roll a dexterity saving throw for me real quick.
Alright, bet. Got you. About to succeed with dexterity saving throw. Watch this. Y'all ain't ready for this. Ma'am. I was not ready for that.
Should I just type it in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Everyone include me.
No.
Yeah, including Marco. Okay. Everybody but Willow is fine. Willow's character begins to plummet into the ocean.
God. Can I try to grab him?
You absolutely may. It's going to be a athletics check.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
I'll do it instead.
No,
If you-
it's okay.
if you- Okay, so both.
Plus 3.
No, if you both
I got
want to
a
do it,
16.
you got a 16. Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah, I grabbed his hand and I'm like, we gotta stop meeting like this, man.
It's good that I didn't do it because I got an 8.
Okay.
I
I
got a
mostly
4.
just wanted to do that line.
Okay. So the boat lands kind of like it lands on its hull, so it doesn't land like upside down or anything, but it's like teetering back and forth very rapidly. People are being like shaken off and thrown off and everything. Some ladders like get thrown over the side of the boat. People in like mass jump on and they start like cutting down passengers or like throwing people overboard. Basically raiding the ship with only people on it, which feels weird to you. And they get everyone together who wasn't like immediately in their way, and they just kind of like tie them up. And so you guys are now being tied up. If anybody wants to fight back against that, you may. You are very outnumbered.
Am I,
Can I?
chance, with my 17 still in the crow's nest?
You can still be in the crow's. No, with the fall, I'm gonna say you're back on the boat just because of the like in the air and everything.
Can I try to do sleight of hand to like have them bind me looser so that I can get out later?
Go for it.
Okay.
It might be so.
I've never rolled this well before. It's gonna be 23.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you with your mushroomness, you appear to be like a bit of a thick boy, but you're a bit more malleable than they intended. So the ropes aren't super loose around you in particular.
Great.
You can see that a swarm of these guys go toward the door that you and Alfie were trying to pick at a couple days ago.
Can I just be sobbing to the point where they feel bad and don't tie me up that well? Actually,
they kind of see you and they just kind of shrug and just walk by you.
Perfect.
Sai just like slips an arm out of a restraint like stealthily and gives him a thumbs up and goes, "You're doing great, man." And like puts it back in the restraint.
Mm-hmm. Anybody who wants to go ahead and make a perception check.
I got a 3.
Oh, I'm gonna I've never really quick. I'm gonna roll a couple more times on my die before you accept that, because this die has been rolling really well and I've never used it before, and I want to make sure it's not weighted.
Fair. Wow. Two nat ones. Gen is so caught up in the fact that the gold, not gold, that he's still just bummed out about it. Doesn't really care about what's going on. He's just upset that it's not gold. And the Furbolg friend is very in shock over being tossed off the ship and like being caught by a mushroom twice within the span of like 4 days. It's Samuel and Sai notice is what the people at the door are saying, and they're like, you hear a couple couple words, and they say, "What we thought, taken, destroy remainders."
What was taken?
It's sorry, take it in. ... Take it in. ...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I see them grabbing anything in there?
No, they can't get in the door.
Gotcha.
Ooh, wait, let me try. I could try and roll deception on this.
Can I scream out for the ethereal voice and be like, "Where are you?"
Okay, so
I'm so sorry.
That's too good. I'm so sorry.
When you do that, Alfie, you do make mental note that it's weird that the voice isn't doing anything. That the ship's just kind of seemingly letting this happen.
Okay, I'm gonna try to deceive them, and I notice they're at the door, right? And they're having issues, and I'll be like, "Yo, you're not gonna be able to get to the door using those picks. You guys really don't know how that door works, do you?"
Deception.
Yeah, got you. Damn, that's crazy.
You're flat out ignored.
I be like that then. Don't worry.
In like a blink, they all like snap to attention basically and scurry off the ship. Like faster than they even got on it. They just get off the ship and the boats sink back underwater.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So they killed people.
They did.
Left us alive and then just left.
As you're having this thought, the boats re-emerge in like a line, like directly in.
Oh shit!
Directly along the side of the ship, and they unleash a torrent of cannonballs into the ship. You hear the rushing of water, you hear screams, you hear panic, you hear people being flung overboard, you feel yourselves being almost flung overboard, tossing, turning. The ship starts to get lower and lower, and as you a cannonball hits the mast, and the mast starts to topple and fall down toward you guys, It is solid gold. Yes. As the mass topple down to where you guys are tied up, everything goes black.
Bang.
And that's it until the next session.
Well, and we got a little bit more time, so I will briefly introduce where you are now.
My last thoughts of were of the degree I never got.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me roll one of these real quick. Who is that?
When Sam graduates in real life, will he get to level up in the game?
Marco, you are the first one to wake up. Roll a perception check for me, if you would, Jeff.
15.
15. All right. What you see is a very poorly lit cell room. I need to remove these tokens because these are no longer you guys.
It's all good. It's all good. We know where we're supposed to be now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you want to move your tokens next to where your representatives were, Willow here. Yeah. Caroline
Wait,
here.
I'm sorry. Where?
Sorry, you're in this section over here.
Okay.
Caroline, you were in the third one, and then Gen is there. Awesome.
Gotcha.
Oh no, I drew.
I'll move there in a second. Sorry, I'm plugging in my laptop.
That's fine. So, what'd you roll again, Jeff?
15.
15. With your 15, you instantly know that you are behind bars. You put 2 and 2 together, and you're like, oh, jail, cool. The place I never wanted to be as a mercenary. So you hear just kind of like, like a drip, drip, drop of water leaking in. You were on Flotsam for a while, and obviously you've been on Moondrop forever. But you suddenly no longer smell fish, and instead you smell something a lot worse. It smells kind of like rotting sewage. Does not smell great by any means. Does anybody else want to roll for what they see around them?
Let's go. Let's go. Let me get that nice nat 20.
What are we rolling? Perception?
Perception, yeah. Huh.
Nat 20!
Holy shit.
Fudge.
Fudge. Guys, you're not going to believe this.
You get disadvantage again.
So pretty much everybody, less so Willow, but pretty much everybody sees that it is very dimly lit. It's very hard to see anything in this jail, but you do make note of each other. Like Gen sees Sai and Alfie across the way. You can hear each other like calling out, like, "Hey, get me out of here!" Like this sort of thing. You guys all understand firmly that you are in a jail cell. And yeah. Anybody want to try and do anything while you're in the jail cell?
I'd like to try to pick the lock to get out.
Absolutely.
How?
That is a 12.
That is not going to be enough for these locks.
How far apart are these bars?
How far apart?
Yeah, like
they're the type of bars that layer both vertically and horizontally, so you can't climb.
Oh, these bitches. Okay.
So for the nat 20 on perception, do I see anything in details inside the cage that could theoretically be loose or like easily undone?
Yes, inside each of your cages, you see I'll say Samuel specifically, but you guys all kind of have the same sort of stuff in your cages. Samuel, you see a bucket. They were kind enough to provide you with that. There's just kind of like hay and straw strewn about everywhere. A bed mat that looks less comfortable than the one that was on the ship. Some shackles against the wall in case they needed to keep people extra restrained. You don't see any form of like secret escape or anything you could dig or pull out or anything. It looks very closed off and very secure.
Do I have my stuff with me?
You do not have your weapons.
Okay. Like, so no satchel either?
No satchel, no staff.
Okay, just clothes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I sit there and think for a bit. And as I'm thinking, I come to a realization. I'm like, okay, well, first things first. And I go over to the bucket and just start using that. I can think better when I'm using the bathroom, so I'm just sitting there waiting.
It's been 5 minutes.
We left
I have a terrible bladder.
ago.
Is this our first recurring joke? Samuel peeing every 5 minutes?
It's been 5 days or 3 days, but like
Nope,
but
we left Flotsam 10 minutes ago, Sam. You've used the bucket twice in
It was
10 minutes.
a really fast boat. We were actually, it looked like it was passing time, but we were going in the direction of like the rotation of this whatever planet.
You ever watch Interstellar? We were going so fast, it was warping time again.
I see.
Exactly.
I was gonna say that. I've never watched Interstellar, but
Me neither.
we're gonna twin paradox it up in this bitch.
Yes.
20 on investigation for Alfie. You see, you see basically the same thing that Samuel sees. Your cell, just by happenstance, happens to be a little bit smaller because you are also smaller. Every one of your cells seems to fit you pretty properly, like based on your size, except for the Furbulk. He got crammed into one of the small people cells for whatever reason.
A sick joke.
Great.
For a sick joke, yeah.
He really doesn't have a win.
Can Marco...
Is it made out of, like, wood, dirt? What is it made of?
The walls are made out of stone. And the gate is made out of metal, like iron.
The floor.
Can Marco reach his arm through the bars?
You can reach your arm through the bars. The floor is also like stone and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Can he like see or like reach kind of like the handle on the other side and tell kind of what's going on there?
Like the handle of the gate, like to get into your
Yeah.
cell. It's like one of those cells. It doesn't have like a handle. It just has the lock that swings the door open. But you can tell that it's locked.
Okay.
No, the ground's too hard for you to burrow.
Can I do an Arcana check?
You may. You feel very out of your element. You're very hungry, and you no longer smell fish, which throws you off very intensely.
Yeah. Just kind of sit there and I'm like, damn. Wait, you said we already figured out that the other people were here or not? Because if not, I was just gonna call out for roll call.
You guys can tell that each other is here because, like, you know, Gen sees them over the way, Sai sees over the way, and you're like, oh hey guys, and then you're like, oh hey, I hear them, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Can I try to, and this is a really dumb question, can I try to, like, break the door? My athletics is fairly high, and I feel somewhat confident.
You absolutely may try. I will tell you the DC to break this door is a nat 20.
You're not gonna believe this.
I'm gonna take a video of it.
Oh my god.
Just to prove, just in case. Oh shit, I dropped it. Holy shit!
I don't believe you.
I do not believe you.
No. I swear to God.
I'll
Nico,
leave it.
Nico,
I'll
that's
leave
your fourth nat 20.
I know.
I think it's the third one, like, in a row.
I think so too.
It's not. It's not. I've rolled pretty low, but look,
Yeah, pretty low this whole time.
Stay humble.
Pretty low.
No. I've rolled pretty low a couple times. I rolled a 3. I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 3 and a 5 in between the actual official rolls that we've been doing.
The 3.
You're saying you're rolling low. I had lost an acrobatics check with a class. I'm not supposed to even make acrobatics checks.
Alright, anyway, look at the video just so I can prove that it was
Guys.
actually a nat 20.
I
Guys,
see.
trust me, hang on. I'm gonna put a video up of me rolling my dice. Next time I roll, you'll see.
I'm not gonna say you break the door open immediately, but you do like bust the bars enough to like make a little gap.
Does this make an obscene amount of noise?
A little too much, yeah. You hear this guy come around the corner here.
I scared myself with the noise, so I'm gonna hide. Can I roll for stealth?
He walks by you guys. He's just
Are there just like rocks around?
yeah.
Myself. Okay,
Rock at his ass.
I'm gonna magic stones and kind of just keep them on me for a little bit.
That's fine. Yeah.
Arm myself with some.
This dude just kind of walks around and stops by each of your cells, takes a look at you. He's like kind of snickering to himself.
What's up, tough guy? You wanna tell us what's going on here?
He doubles back to Alfie's cell and sees the damage he's done. Just kind of pauses. It's like, whoa.
I don't. I throw a rock at him.
Alfie is like in Jonah mode right now, actually. So Alfie's like pissed.
Can I throw a rock at this dude? Let me throw a rock at him.
Make an athletics check.
I gotta be athletics, bro.
Or maybe sleight of hand.
Okay. No. It's okay.
Athletics. Yeah.
Right.
You knock it. You conk him in the back of the head.
No. You wanna talk? You just gonna be or what's the word for someone with a cut tongue? What's the word for someone?
I don't
Mute?
Mute?
No, mute
grabs.
is general
No?
for like there's like a thing in medieval time for people with
Here.
cut tongues. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
He reaches through the bars, grabs you, and like pulls you forward and slams you into the gate. You take 1d1 damage.
I cough for a bit and I'm like, hey,
While that's happening, can I like see this going down, or is
Yeah, you can like kind of peer your head around to kind of see it.
I'm chucking a rock at this dude, a magic rock at this guy?
Can I,
Okay.
while the dude is like distracted, try to wriggle myself through the?
You can try, yeah. It would be a acrobatics with disadvantage.
So what all have we done to this dude so far?
You've hit him in the back of the head with a rock, which didn't do any
I'm-
damage. It was just like a
I'm-
pebble. And
I'm
Jeff is
going
about to
to-
attack him.
Yeah, how do I even roll for this? For magic stones? Is it just 1d1 or 1d20?
I guess, yeah.
1d20 plus your spell casting modifier, isn't it?
Oh, plus spellcast.
It's the damage is 1d6 plus spellcasting.
Yeah, but to attack, though.
Yeah, but to,
It's
like,
1d20, yeah.
to land a
To
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just 1d20 plus.
Does a 18 hit?
An 18 will hit, yeah.
All right, and I almost asked, what does a d6 look like? It's 1 damage plus. What is my spell? Colin, help.
Your spellcasting ability modifier.
Dexterity, which is all right. So I do 4 damage to this guy.
Okay. He's gonna take a reaction to just erase his AC and block the attack. He's like, well. That's kind of a harsh way to treat somebody who's come to help, don't you think?
You've been silent this entire time.
Yeah, you haven't talked to us at all.
I've been trying to get your attention here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who shall begin the fun times? Who shall begin?
I will. I'm always down for a good time.
You're too fun. He walks by all of you and he goes up to the Furbolg's cell. He's like, you will begin the fun, the chaos, the drama, the fear. You'll begin.
I love all of those things. Can I roll persuasion or something? Please.
You can, yeah. Roll persuasion.
It's a 3.
This is extremely upsetting.
I don't think these dice are weighted, Colin.
He reaches his hand like up near the bars and beckons you like toward the front, Willow.
Okay. So he very, very slowly, very, very fearfully walks towards the bars.
Mm-hmm. And then the guy just whips his hand out like really fast, like purposefully to scare you. And he's just holding out the keys. Go on.
Okay.
Take it. It is your freedom. And your demise. Maybe. Who can say? Who knows these days? And he skips down the hallway, disappearing.
You might be friends with this person. I would like the hag to get a chance to talk to him.
He had me at, nah, you're too fun.
Does a 17 allow me to get out?
Yo, hold up.
I mean, you have the key. You have the keys now, so it doesn't matter. But sure.
Cool.
Hey, I just go. Yo, your skipping's out of rhythm.
He runs back, grabs you, slams you again, and runs back. All right. So you are now
one of those bolts at this guy.
One of the what?
Bolts to keep Willow from getting taken. To keep whatever this dude's name is from getting taken.
Oh, he like as soon as he disappears like around the corner, like you stop hearing his laughing. Like it.
Oh.
You Sai and Samuel, you guys can roll Arcana checks real quick.
Let's go.
I wish I had my perks.
I got a nat 1 last time. Let's see if it's any better.
I got a 12.
Sai, you can tell that like just some magic happened and he's gone. He's just not there anymore.
Yo, I think that guy might be magic. Wild.
Yeah.
Shit.
You guys
so magically annoying.
You guys are now free. You are now out of your cells. And you will find out about this mysterious place that you've woken up in next week when our next session
on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yay!
Great first session.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
wonderful. That was so much fun, Colin.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Aw, yay. I'm flattered.
The one thing I feel sad about is that I don't know the whereabouts of Francesco, and I assume he's gonna die, and it sucks.
He could already be dead.
We'll never get that money. We'll never get that money.
You know what's funny is this is the best I've ever rolled in my life, and I don't think I'm ever gonna replicate this ever again.
If you
From now
replicate
on,
this again, I would be concerned.
We
I
only roll
also
online.
have never rolled better than I did during this session. It was wild.
It's the physical dice, man. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I think my character did one thing successfully. That's kind of that makes sense with his character. So I'll take it.
My character
sorry.
perceived the room really well.
I get it doesn't matter so much because you already got the 12 on the Arcana roll. But I should have said, Sai, that when you do roll that Arcana check at the very end, you do it with intensified vigor that you don't know where that comes from, but you do roll a little better than usual.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do I have my perks now?
You'll have to find out next week on
Because
Dragon Ball Z.